right now, those baby questions you might have, you know, how to be a very good mommy, good daddy, ask them right now. We'll still maybe get some of them through as we get some parental advice.
This family health and wellness segment is brought to you by GlaxoSmithKline Consumer Healthcare.
Get the advice you need, moms and babies. Proudly brought to you by Calpol.
We're staying with the baby talk here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And you know what? I can definitely speak from experience. It really is such a special moment in a woman's life, finding out that you are pregnant, going through the whole pregnancy, and of course, finally bringing the baby home from the maternity ward. But just as it is special, it can also be very frustrating at times and also very scary. But today we chat to Your Baby magazine editor, Jenny Collins, to dispel some myths and also answer the most frequently asked questions in South Africa, in which is the last of our Calpol Mom and Baby series. Jenny, very, very nice to have you in studio.
Thank you very much.
We've been following this series and it's been so informative for the past 9 weeks, and I think it really hit home for a lot of new and expecting moms.
Yeah, I think it does. I mean, it's so overwhelming. I remember the first time I was pregnant. It's a whole new world that you've got to take in, a lot of information. And you're so focused on the things that you need and the information you've got to take in, plus you're hormonal. So I think it became quite clear from the response we've had in the last 9 weeks that moms really need a lot of knowledge.
Because there is just so much to wrap your head around.
There is.
I mean, even from a husband's point of view, where I was playing the supporting role, walking into a baby shop for the first time, I think I had the worst panic attack in my life. It was really overwhelming. What are some of the common questions that you get from new and expecting moms?
Well, expecting moms, obviously the most common question really is about the birth process. And I think everybody's really scared of that process. And all I can say to moms is read as much as you can about the birth process, because fear actually slows down labor. You know, if you look at yourself, you're an animal, and if you're in a fear situation, you go into fright or flight, and then your whole labor process slows down. So I think from the moment you find out you're pregnant, that whole education needs to start, so that you're empowered, you're informed, and you can work your way through this very natural process and be empowered to take the right decisions about it as well, and be happy with the end results.
Indeed. And then, of course, also once baby is there, it's also
then
a
it's so
completely different
overwhelming.
story. But I mean, the preparations as well, what you need to get, like we've seen, choosing strollers.
Sure.
I mean, I know breastfeeding is a big issue for a lot of moms as well.
It is, absolutely. And I mean, I think it's like, I always compare it to you plan your wedding, and then all of a sudden you're in a marriage, and you've got this baby, and the first thing you think about, and it's very overwhelming, is it getting enough milk? Am I feeding it, you know, enough? Because it's quite unbelievable how quickly they get hungry again. You have to eat, you know, feed it again, and that's perfectly normal. So to know what's normal really helps the process as well.
Do you get a lot of questions on the sleeping patterns of baby? Because
sleeping.
you know, we went through that myself, my wife and I, where you would naturally think the baby would sleep at night, but it doesn't. It sleeps during the day.
Absolutely.
Is that a normal kind of thing?
It is absolutely normal. I think again, it's about education and not putting adult expectations onto a baby. Know what's normal in terms of sleep for a baby. And yes, they do swap day and night, and it's very easy to change, but it does take a few days. So sleeplessness comes with the territory, unfortunately, and what's normal for us, 8 hours, is not going to happen for quite some time.
Indeed, but I think we can be very lucky. There is so much information at hand, and we adapt quite quickly as well. But I mean, those questions are still there. If you have any questions surrounding our Mom and Baby series this morning, Jenny is hanging out with us. Posted on our Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show SABC3. You can also log onto Twitter at Expresso Show, and we'll sit down with Jenny a little bit later on and we'll answer some of your questions. But right now, from your baby news here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, we're taking a look now at your winter trends.
Get the advice you need, moms and babies. Proudly brought to you by Calpol.